Welcome back to Project X-Wagon. In today's video, we're going to show you how easy it is to fix chips. Not these chips, paint chips. So back when we first got this vehicle, we knew the paint could be pretty bad. Well, you guys saw how bad it was, but we didn't really know how bad the paint was until we actually washed it, deconned it, did some correction, and then, wow, there's actually a lot of chips. I mean, it literally is really, really hammered. And how are we going to fix these chips? Well, let me introduce you to a special guest. Bill from TouchUp RX is in the house today, and he's going to be actually helping us out with these chips.
Yeah, I got into this business probably 25 years ago. I had a buddy who was a detailer, and his gripe was that he'd be done with the detail of the car. The last thing to be addressed would be the chips, and they'd stand out even more so after he was done with the detail, and talked about how to make them look better. You know, the old matchstick or toothpick method, the putting measles on the car doesn't work very well, and it actually distracts from the detail and makes it look worse. So after about a year or so of playing around the garage with paints, I came up with a way 25 years ago or so to make the touch-up repairs look great. Fast, easy, and it's a permanent repair.
Hey,
So
I like the sound of that.
you can address, especially in this car, as you said, it's hammered, and it truly is hammered. These are the fun ones because you've got hundreds and hundreds of chips on the car. And there's no way you're gonna break out a touch-up stick and do this. It's gonna look terrible. And it'll take you forever. So with this product, you can knock this whole thing out in probably 20 minutes, a half hour.
Wow.
Start to finish, and it's gonna look great, and it's a permanent repair.
That's really awesome. Well,
It's almost fun doing chip repair on your car.
hey, I'm ready to have some fun. I'm going to have some fun actually watching you do this, though. You're the master. I'm going to learn from you. I'll let you show us all how to do this.
Okay.
And then hopefully I can maybe do this in the future. Before we get started with the touch-ups, let's go ahead and prep the hood in the areas that we're going to be working on. We're going to be using our panel prep spray. A couple sprays into the towel. A couple sprays on the hood. Let's go.
Let's get it now.
We're going to embark on addressing some paint chips that desperately needed on this old Mercedes here. So using our touch-up repair kit here, this is our retail kit. This is shipped out to individuals daily. First on our website, if somebody wanted to order a kit for their car, just gonna unpack it real quick. You get a bottle of paint that is color matched. In this case, paint code 143 Mercedes. You get a bottle of our blending solution that is used to remove the excess paint on this car and level the paint. You get a fancy white cloth here. You'll see how that's used in a minute. And then you're gonna get a microfiber. You get a couple fancy little tools here. These are little silicone squeegees. These are our paint applicators, and these will be used for different bodies and different parts of the car, I should say. You're also gonna get a very, very fine micro brush, larger micro brush, and then a disposable paint brush, which we'll use for various applications on this car. Around the body. First thing I want to do is put a glove on that comes with the kit. So you're going to shake the paint up for a minute. It flows very freely. Going to pop that cap. I'm going to apply a drop of paint to the panel. You take this squeegee with the beveled edge down. I'm going to pull that paint across the chip. I'm going to repeat that process until I run out of paint. Apply another drop of paint, pull that paint right across that chip. Reapply, pull the paint across. You can pull it again if you didn't get a good smear the first time. You can pick up the extra paint that you left in the car and use it on another chip. Apply, smear, smear. Oh. Sometimes if you go back over a chip, you'll disturb it. So you'll get the swing of it by one smear and on to the next one. You'll see I'm not leaving a lot of excess paint on the car. Get kind of low here for you to see, but not leaving a whole lot of excess because this squeegee is pulling such a skim coat over and beyond the chip. It's pushing the paint down into the chip, and then just a slight skim coat over and beyond, which we'll address in the second step. We've got a smaller squeegee that's effective like that. It's effective for getting into tight spots. It's a little more rigid also. You can put the paint directly on the squeegee if you need to in certain cases, so you're not having the paint run down the panel. Back on the squeegee there. If you get a lot of like a standing rigid paint like that, just go back over it again, flatten it out. It will expedite the removal process, the blending process in the second step. This paint will dry very quickly, so by the time I'm done with this little area here, I can go to step 2, which is the blending process. So what we'll do in a case like this is we'll take the cap off the paint. And these little micro brushes are great. This is more like the old school method of just applying it and leaving it. All you can really do. And there's another one, say right here. You know, I'm just gonna, that's what you do. By the time I'm done, it will be well into the thousands of chips we've addressed. We're barely gonna use this bottle of paint. So a little goes a long way. So this whole front nose is pretty much covered in paint. It's a disaster if you were going to leave it like it is, but fortunately we have a step 2 process that we're going to use. This is our blending solution. We make this to work with the paint. The paint is a unique paint also. It will not work this way. Regular paint won't work this way, and this stuff will not work with regular TouchUp, so the two are made to work together. This is the blending cloth that comes with the kit. I'm just going to fold this a couple times over like that, and then I'm going to give it a fairly liberal application of the blending solution just to start off. You're going to turn it over, and you're basically just going to rub over all the paint smears that you put across the hood. I'm using light to medium pressure. You know, there's 2 fingers pressure right there. I'm not scrubbing. You want to let the chemical do the work. It will soften the paint initially, and then you'll start to see after maybe say 10 seconds or so, all that excess paint blending off the car. So you went from a pretty much a square cake of paint across that area to, I believe, to nothing left except the paint and the chips right there. So when you think you have all the excess paint blended away, you're going to use the microfiber towel and just hand buff it real quickly. This just dries it off and removes the residual blending solution. You need to get down different angles for certain cars, especially this one. It's a little difficult because of the curvature of the hood. And you'll see, you know, there's a whole lot of paint right here, but it's nice and clean right there now. This area here is completely smooth and clean and free of any visible chip damage. So I'm just going to repeat the process. Okay, again, you're going to wet the blending cloth a little bit more and just rub over the whole area wherever you have paint smears. you'll see that paint start to blend away. You know, for a lot of chips, you'll have a slightly recessed repaired chip. You're not gonna get 100% flush fill like it never happened. You want that, go to the body shop and do it. I have had people tell me that they've done it 6 or 7 times and it's perfect. Maybe so, if you have the time for that, that's great. One application, and I think you'll be pretty amazed at how good this car looks when we're done. So once you put the paint on the car, Justin was asking earlier, we walked away to have some pizza. You've got these paint smears all over the hood. How long can you wait? You can wait a few hours if you need to. If you come back the next day and you're like, oh, I missed a smear, you can still get the paint off. You don't have to rush to take it off. You want to wait at least, I'd say 5 minutes or longer before you begin the second step. I can do it in less than that, but figure 5 minutes or more, you're good to go, but you've got several hours up until the next day before you're a little bit more stuck with the paint smears on the panel.
You almost done with your chips? I'm almost done with mine.
I am.
Looks good.
It's looking pretty awesome, I have to say.
It looks really good, actually.
Yeah?
Wow, that is crazy.
So now that it's cleaned up, it's looking pretty good. People ask all the time, next step, what do we do?
What is the next step? What can we do?
Well, it depends on what your plan is for the car. The next step most people take is they want to wax it. I tell them give it a day or so and hand wax the car, you're fine.
Gotcha.
I also get people, oddly enough, that ask, can I put a buffer on it? Well, that comes before the chip repair. So you want to do your hard buffing first, your compounding, all that stuff. You clean up the whole panel basically, paint correction, then do your chip repair, then do your wax, then do your PPF. If you're gonna do PPF, give it a day. I got guys that use this all the time for PPF, but give it 1 day. It will not affect the paint. Ceramic coating, same thing.
So a day is a good buffer.
It
Like
is.
a 24-hour type deal.
Right.
It's a good buffer.
Yep.
Nice.
It is.
Well, that's good to know because I really don't know our plans completely on this yet.
Yeah.
But I know we're not doing it tomorrow. But here in a few weeks, we're definitely going to be doing something.
It'll be
Maybe.
quite ready for it by then.
I'm really excited, and I'm really excited how this turned out. I think it turned out great. It definitely accomplished what we needed to accomplish. So it's great.
You did.
Well, now you see how easy it is to use TouchUp RX to fix your paint chips. Super simple. If you want to grab a kit of your own, head over to touchuprx.com and it's free shipping over $50. But it looks good. I think we're ready to go. Oh, missed one.